We have a new city planner. I honestly can say that I don't know much about this individual, except that he was the city planner in Hamilton, Ontario, prior to making the move to Toronto. He seems, by all accounts, to be a capable individual. But my only point of concern is that apparently he doesn't own a car. So much of our consternation in this city revolves around traffic, bike lanes, the disrepair and the debate over what to do with the Gardiner, how to expand public transit, and the fight for road space with bicycles, walking lanes, and all of this sort of stuff. That it seems to me that related issues for at least half the city's growing problems has to do with vehicles and car movement. So it makes me wonder if choosing a city planner who doesn't drive seems like we're losing an important perspective when it comes time to these fundamental decisions about the future of the city. That's just my food for thought on that. The one thing that this new city planner can get a quick bead on is this ridiculous debate going on about residential retail and altering the zoning bylaws to accommodate such. I can't believe this is even a debate. In December, the councillors in this fair city were faced with a very simple question. Should the zoning laws be altered to allow for basic retail in residential neighborhoods? A corner store, for example, or a coffee shop. You see, as it stands today, the city's zoning bylaws prohibits any new retailers in residential areas. It also prohibits existing retailers from selling any refreshments prepared on site or even for takeout. So you could sell a 40-ounce energy drink filled with bubbling corn syrup, caffeine, taurine, and gluconolactone, but you can't serve a small latte. In December, the city council finally met to review these changes, and they did exactly what the city council always does. They punted it down the road, agreeing to meet again in June, opting instead to have more discussions with community council leaders and business associations. I understand the concerns about some commercial activity in residential neighborhoods, especially bars and vape shops and weed shops, etc. I get that. That makes sense to me. But surely some common sense can be found here. Are we not smart enough to discern a weed shop from a coffee shop? I mean, I know they're both drugs, but there's a big difference, right? And honestly, it's ridiculous that a municipality can be so bogged down with the minutiae of things like this. It's a sign clearly that something is not working on a macro level. There are far more important decisions that council should be debating as to whether or not we could put a corner store in down the road from my house. It just makes no sense to me. And let's be honest. Corner stores make neighborhoods more walkable. They make them more accessible. They make us less reliant on cars. It reduces traffic. And more people walking in your community makes for safer environments. They are community builders. You don't need a committee for this. You just need some common sense. Something that this council always seems to be lacking.